Hi, I'm Gaby Larino with the Fort Wayne Media Collaborative. I wanted to introduce a recent conversation I had with Deb Trocha of the Indiana Cooperative Development Center Incorporated. Deb helps people set up cooperatives of all kinds, including housing cooperatives, here in the state of Indiana.
And Indiana has, from my understanding, very poor laws uh, for protecting people who rent,
Yes,
especially.
yes. You
Um,
have to have a crystal ball. You have to know you're going to move out 60 days in advance. You know, there are fees for going month to month. There are fees for going 6 months instead of 12 months. Everything costs more. And we moved here from places where people move in and out all the time. And I was shocked. I mean, they don't do that in Florida. They don't do that in California. I mean, you don't even pay extra for month to month anywhere else that I'm aware of.
hmm,
You have to pay
interesting.
extra for month to month here. How are you supposed to have any flexibility?
Did they talk about the statistics about eviction rates and the number of corporately owned rentals? And
That's a
when I
good
say corporate
question.
ownership, it could be like, it's an equity firm.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time they're not here, they're somewhere else, or absentee landlords.
Right.
But a person that I met who does work in the housing arena said that Indiana, and I don't know if it's which order they're in, we're like number one or two in evictions
Yes.
and number one or two in the number of rentals that are owned by some type of equity firm or conglomerate or, you know, absentee landlord type of situation.
Yeah.
Um, and it's kind of frightening.
Yeah.
Um, the lack of rights that especially people who
Mm-hmm.
rent um, are faced with.
Mm-hmm. I've heard rumblings over the years about, hey, I'm single, I'm not going to have any kids. I'd like to live in a house with three other people. I can't afford one on my own. Like, and how would I even do that? You know what I mean? So
Right.
so I want to kind of give these people the tools if they're willing to put out the effort that they could be able to live without a landlord. You know what I mean? And have that control.